Okay, so have you ever felt like your cat, like, really just doesn't like you?
Hmm.
Yeah, we're diving deep into that today.
Okay.
We're talking about why your cat might be standoffish with you, but, maybe they're cuddly with your roommate or someone else, and
Right.
you're just like,
Yeah.
what's the deal? So we're turning to Reddit for this one.
Uh-huh.
We found this thread, How to Get My Cat to Like Me. And let me tell you, the response is huge.
Yeah.
Like hundreds of people chiming in with similar stories.
It's a common problem.
Oh, it's so common. Like Budget Director 93512, they said they've raised their cat Gracie from 2 days old,
Oh,
and she still pretty much ignores them.
wow.
I know. It's like, are we doing something wrong?
Well, it's easy to think that, but it's more about understanding cats.
Like,
They're not exactly known for being super affectionate. I mean, at least not in the same way as like dogs who are all over you.
right. Yeah, good point.
And people see cats as these like cuddly creatures.
Yeah, little furry cuddlers.
Exactly. And then when they're not, it's easy to take it personally.
Oh, for sure. And this one commenter, Anxious Throwaway, they said they've been trying to bond with their cat for 8 years.
8 years.
8 years. And the cat still prefers their mom.
Oh, wow.
I know, it's heartbreaking. So clearly we need to figure this out.
Yeah, we got to get into the cat's perspective.
Exactly, because it's not about us being bad owners.
No, not at all. It's about learning to communicate on their terms.
Okay, so how do we do that? Because I feel like I've tried everything.
Well, we'll get into that. But first, we need to understand a little bit about cat psychology.
So it sounds like we really need to learn to think like a cat. But how do we do that? Like, where do we even begin?
Well, this takeaway from both the Redditors and the experts is this whole idea of consent.
Consent. Wait, you mean
Yeah.
like I'm forcing my cat to cuddle?
It's not necessarily about forcing, but it's more like
Okay.
cats don't always want to be touched, you know?
Yeah.
They're not like dogs who are all like, pet me, love me, all the time.
That's true. My cat definitely has moments where he's like, don't even look at me.
Exactly. And we, with our human need for like hugs and physical touch,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
we assume cats want the same thing.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that. I just want to squeeze them.
Right. But that can actually be super overwhelming for a cat,
Yeah.
especially if they're not feeling it at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's like someone coming up to you and giving you a big bear hug when you're just not in the mood.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So I should just like avoid my cat.
No, not avoid them completely, but
Okay.
think of it like this. You want your cat to be more cuddly, right?
Yeah, of course.
So instead of trying to force it,
Right.
let them come to you. Let them initiate the affection.
Oh, so they feel more in control.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about respecting their boundaries.
Okay, that makes sense.
Jackson Galaxy.
Yeah.
You know that cat whisperer guy?
Oh, yeah, he's amazing.
He has this great video about cat boundaries.
I've seen that one.
And he talks about how important it is to let the cat set the pace.
Yeah.
Like, are they leaning in for pets or are they like leaning away?
Well, that's a good point. I never thought of that. I just assume if they're there, they want to be petted.
And sometimes they do.
Yeah.
But sometimes they just want to be near you,
Oh,
not necessarily on you.
that's fascinating.
Yeah.
So how do I know what they're thinking? Do they speak to you?
Well, they do in their own way. They're very subtle, though. Like, for instance, a slow blink.
Yeah.
That's like a cat's way of saying, I trust you, I feel safe.
Wow, really? I do that with my cat all the time.
See? You're already speaking cat.
I had no idea.
But a lot of people don't realize that.
Yeah.
And even like the way you approach them can make a difference.
Oh, really? Like how?
So instead of like going straight in for a head pat,
Right.
which can be kind of intimidating from their perspective,
Oh,
try offering them your hand palm down. Let them sniff it, rub against it.
so they can decide if they want to engage.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, so much to think about. So we're working on respecting boundaries, learning their silent signals.
That's all about seeing the world through their eyes.
Okay, I'm with you. So where do we go from here? Okay, so we're learning to see things from the cat's point of view, but how do we actually like make them like us more?
Right. So it's not really about making them do anything.
Okay.
It's more about creating an environment where they feel safe and comfortable showing affection.
Okay, that
Okay.
makes sense. So what did the Redditors say?
Well, a lot of them suggested this thing called a reset period. Have you heard of that?
A reset period? No. What is that?
So basically, you hit the reset button on your interactions with your cat.
Okay.
And for like a week or two, you just completely avoid picking them up.
Gasp. What? Really? Even if they come up to me and like rub against my legs?
Well, especially if they're giving you signals that they don't want to be touched,
Okay.
like trying to get away or flattening their ears.
Yeah.
Those are all signs that they need their space.
Yeah. Okay.
So even if they're being cuddly, just resist the urge to pick them up.
Oh man, that's gonna be tough. I'm so used to just scooping them up whenever I want.
I know, it's hard. But trust me, it's worth it. This reset period will help them see that you respect their boundaries.
Okay, I'm willing to try it. So we do the reset, then what?
Then it's all about consistency. Keep using those slow blinks.
Right, the cat language we were talking about.
Exactly. And remember those treats we talked about?
Oh yeah, my cat goes crazy for those salmon-flavored
We
ones.
use that to your advantage. Be the one who gives them the treats, the special toys.
Okay.
You basically want to become the source of all things amazing in their little cat world.
I like that. Become the giver of good things.
Exactly. And over time, they'll start to associate you with those positive experiences.
That makes so much sense.
It's all about building that trust and letting them come to you on their own terms.
Wow, this has been so eye-opening. It's amazing how much I thought I knew about cats, but it turns out I have a lot to learn.
Well, that's why we do these deep dives, right?
Right. To uncover all the hidden secrets of the feline world.
And hopefully help you strengthen your bond with your cat.
Absolutely. So to all our listeners out there, remember, patience and understanding are key when it comes to earning your cat's affection. It's a journey, not a race.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Until next time, keep those cat ears perked and those tails twitching.